Hello world! WayofTime here, bringing to you a new season of Minecraft Invasion. So in the last season we managed to learn quite a few things, and we got very far in managing to construct a base that was very defensively viable. However, there was too much stuff in the basement for me to move on and continue and be an actual veritable badass, and instead, I managed to die in a corner crying with an axe, I think, as my weapon. Anyways, it wasn't exactly the best end for a season. So we're going to try again. Now we're going to try again differently, however. I have noted several times in the comments, as well as in the videos, that I don't want to build a base down below. Building a base underground, I feel, is not very entertaining for myself or for other people because the danger is one of the main things that I feel makes this pack fun. The fact that it takes a while in order to have proper base preparations, etc., and the fact that the mobs ramp up over time, so it makes making the infrastructure kind of difficult to do, but it is going to be fun to do. That's the thing. I want this to be fun. So what I'm gonna do, because dying after 22 episodes, although is an accomplishment, having to restart over and over again might not be seen as the most gratifying experience, I'm gonna enable hardcore questing mods, HQM stuff. Rather, it's hardcore mode, with a bit of a twist. Instead of doing vanilla hardcore, I'll use that, but I'll start with only the one life I get at the beginning, and for every 10 episodes I manage to stay alive, I'll get one extra life, meaning at the beginning of episode 11, I'll spawn in a life and use it, so that if I have some sort of freak accident, I'm not starting at square one, assuming that said accident isn't due to my own malfeasance or something like that. Anyway, so let us go with the tribunal. With that, we'll keep it survival, and we're going to have world seed generator as our seed of choice. So my thinking with this is that if I build a horrible base, even if I manage to get into episode 50 and I get overwhelmed and die 6 times in a row, that's my fault. I should have prepared for that. And therefore, it's okay if I just lose the entire things there. However, if I die once at episode 11, not the end of the world, literally. So here we are. We started in the tribunal, and it seems to be an interesting world. So there are a few things I'm going to want to try to do as soon as humanly possible. One of the things is that I'm going to want to get crafting table right away so that I'll be able to, let's actually organize this first of all. Want a crafting table so that I can start making a backpack, since I think that's going to be one of the key things for me to do. One over here as well. So that I can just go around the world and grab all the things that I need. This isn't in the line anymore. That's odd. Okay, my vein miner, I might need to reconfigure it somehow. Control Z? 1 by 1 by 2? Am I able to go like that? No, that's just going to be a 5 by 5 by 5. It's not a line anymore. I'm going to have to figure out how to reset this up as a line. I might have to actually use the proper tool in order to gather them using normal vein miner techniques. But whatever. Let's just gather some of our hard-earned wood materials, like this and this, because we're going to need to progress through some of the quests so that we can get a crafting table to start with. We also get a lot of sticks, so maybe we could have that as an early power supply. Obviously not the best in the world, but at least it's something. We got some redstone. That's good. Wonder if we're going to have enough in order to make a turret right away. We got 2 shields, though. We're not going to need both of them, but that is good. I think we need 4 for the turret base, and I think 2 for the turret proper, so we might actually have all we need for making a proper, whatchamacallit, a turret. But we are going to need to get all the other stuff for that, meaning we will need to finish cutting down this tree and collecting its lovely, lovely resources back out of the way, because that's going to fall, but the rest of the stuff is going to decay. I'm getting better at this stuff. So let us look at our quests. We got that, so that gives us a crude hatchet. The reason why this is popular is because with crude hatchet we can actually break down all the materials on the chopping block, which we'll get in a second. So craft the world, we need a chest in order to do that, but chopping block will give us a rickety crafting table, which I think is going to be helpful. So chopping block is that. And where do we want to build initially? You got a bit of a cave system, unfortunately, in here. Very, very, very dark. Let's see what we have. Not actually much in here, so let's just make sure nothing can spawn inside of here. That's good enough, and then we can probably just throw these torches away. So this seems like not really a peninsula. It's kind of connected, but we could build like gates, etc. in order to make sure nothing gets past. But I think this is a good base place to build. We also have a lot of dirt, which is a lot different than what we had before. So let's vein mine this, see what we get. Okay, vein mining that will give us... Okay, apparently that is where that lives now. We're gonna have to fix that some other time, but for now, I think we're just going to live with the stuff that we managed to give. Okay, so let's build our base here. We're gonna need to clear it up a bit so that we have all the stuff that we need, and let us get that. So we already made the chopping table, so we got a rickety crafting table. And maybe I could institute a rule where I have to get the quarter hearts until I get the full life. No, I'm just gonna spawn that in episode 11. And we also have that, so we got a few good bugs, and we also have the ability to make a fryer, which let's not bother with that at this time. We'll go out to get some more crafting tables later, so we'll just place this one now so that we're able to use it. However, we're not going to be able to pick it up again, so that is basically where it's going to live for now. What was that? Canola. Canola? Is this canola? I needed canola. I thought those were just bushes. And I think I need canola for other stuff. Is this from immersive engineering? It doesn't really matter. We can make fuel with this. That's actually additions, actually. And I'm gonna want to think about doing that in the future, but for now I am going to need to get the chest situated. So let's craft a chest because we get some stuff from that. So let's do that. This will give us an iron chest upgrade as well as that. So let's slap that there. Slap that there, and this is going to be our storage means for now. We also have iron ingots out of the wazoo. So if we combine our sticks together with the iron ingots, actually we have enough for both an iron ingot and an iron axe and an iron paxel apparently. Got that, and we need an iron axe. So this will further improve our yields instead of using crude hatchet, so we could probably just throw that crude hatchet away. Let us go down, where should we go down for this? Let us go here actually, that's probably better. Get a bit of stone going on. There we go. Make sure things don't spawn, so we'll just place that there. Nothing else can spawn, so that's good. We also had some stuff dropping over here, so that is also good. In order to make some cobblestone, we are also going to need to grab some of the other stuff. So let us throw this stuff away. There. Don't need that. Definitely don't need that. Canola away. We got that. Poisonous potato. You could compost that, but that requires 13 potatoes, so I don't think it's worth the hassle. And I'm not going to get this soda of choice. Didn't even check what it was. I'm not going to drink that swill as it stands right now. Okay, so we are going to still need our clay. Was those melon seeds? Was those melon seeds? Proper grammars, as always, ways. This is actually a good spawn. We got some, not ant hills, but I think those are termite hills, so maybe I can break those down in order to get something good. I wish I had the proper vein mining so that it mined everything. However, this is good enough for now. I can worry about fixing that at a later point in time. Then again, maybe it was always like that. Or maybe I'm just an idiot and just don't know how to configure this properly. Times -1. There! Let's crash the server. It's not a server, but whatever. I think that might actually be what I needed to do. So if I vein mine this... Nope, that wasn't what I needed. Okay. Okay, that's enough clay for now. This seems like a good spot, though, because we have a lot of clay, we have a lot of gravel, so we can just break gravel instead of having to make it out of our rocks. We got some sand, so there is no real reason why I can't just skip to a bunch of other tech parts. So let us just... Okay, we can also gather these, because we can break them down, for obvious reasons. Actually, can I break this down? Uses... Nope, you are gone. I wonder if I can craft a rusted pipe. What's that going to require? A regular pipe or with some water or something? Is it going to be a timed crafting process? How long is it going to take? A few weeks or something? I don't know. Let's not do that there because that would be a stupid thing to do. But we do have some cobblestone, which means that we can make a furnace. And with a furnace, we can rule the world or some such thing. So we got this, which gives us clay. Got shield, so that gives us a regular vanilla shield. This gives us even more cobblestone. And then we need to make an iron sword, but I don't think we have the materials in order to do that. So let us place this here. Okay. Now that I can breathe a bit, let's see what we can do. Furnace. There are a bunch of different types of furnaces that act like regular vanilla furnaces, as we learned with the obsidian furnace. However, that does require iron, which I definitely don't have. Previously, double furnace. Okay, powered furnace. That doesn't look very... Actually, that seems very easy to create. Huh. Let's put this away. We are going to need some more crafting tables, but the main thing we are going to need is a backpack, as well as some armor and some food. So maybe we should cook these up. Can we cook these up? I don't know, but what we'll also need to cook up is this. So let us cook those up using that. That is good. And maybe I can properly vein mine this. We'll see. Yep. Come on. I am punching a tree with a cookie while I'm hungry. This apparently is my life. I don't know if I mentioned it. What I could do is there's a bunch of netherrack or nether bricks over there, which means theoretically I could power through that nether brick crafting stage by just deconstructing all those things. That actually seems like a very good idea for me to do. But I think for now I should focus on the main things that I need to do, which is getting this situated, making another furnace because I can, gosh darn it, put away those rocks. Not going to bother sorting stuff at this point because I don't need to, but I will have to think about that in the future. Let's put our food source away. Our very good food source. Believe me. Okay, so the first night approaches, the dusk of the first day. Ooh. So what can I do with this? What I also need to do is deconstruct this and this, I think preferably. Ah, no. What have you done? What have you done? Apparently nothing. Nothing, I say. I'm gonna need to smelt some of this smooth stone, I think. We'll smelt 24 of that. The main reason, well, there's a few reasons that I'm gonna need to do this. Oh, fudge, hi. I don't have a weapon. That might be a good thing to create, Way. Some dust particles there, so I think a few things are fighting it off. but they're going to go for me very soon, I imagine. What was it? I needed to make... yeah, I need to make a lot of things. I need to make a turret, that's it. So turret, let's look at what it requires. It requires a sensor, which requires 4 redstone. Also needs to have a disposable turret. Okay, we only need the 6 redstone in order to make everything. And we do have enough munitions for us to be safe, but we are going to want to make sure that we are not in the line of fire at any point in time while it is firing, because that could hurt just a bit. Okay, let's get this. So we need a sensor, check. We need a turret base, check. We'll place this down, check. Where can we place this? I think primarily we're going to get attacked from that direction. That's just my gut instinct. Maybe when we light this place up it'll be different, but anyways. We need a hand crank. Is that regular cobblestone that it requires? Yes, it does. Okay, so that's even better. Now we need the disposable turret itself, which requires this. Only one of those, thanks. This. And then we create this. With our items to throw at the individuals. Power by hand. And through sheer force of will, we shall survive. Okay, just a bit more. Okay, so that is our base protection as it currently stands right now. We are going to need to further our protection, however, by making a few things. One of the things is a sword or weapon that we can use. I guess we can use this because it's 9 attack damage. Rather than using our iron sword, let's use this. It's faster than the thing we had before, and it should last for a bit. Katana. I think a katana actually is going to be the weapon that I want to use for the future. So it's very fast, and it has a high attack damage. Well, small attack damage, but it allows me to use my sword still. Silver katana might be what I want to do for now. What do I have? Silver, 2 ingots of silver. With this. What's its durability? 128 compared to 250 or 131. Okay, silver katana is not a good idea. Let's go with a stone katana. And we'll put that there. Probably a bunch of stuff that I know. You are already trying to burn my base. Great. Ah, you were kind. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me! Forgive me! Okay, that was very helpful. So once the day comes, we're going to need to start thinking about making that backpack. The backpack, if I remember correctly, which I think I do, requires just a few things. We have rotten flesh, which will help with our leather situation. We need 4 leather, and we need a whole whack of string. Speaking about light source, actually I wasn't speaking about it whatsoever, but oh well, what have you. Going to need to start lighting up the place. So let's light this place up so we don't have any surprises bequeathing our existence. I probably didn't use that in the correct manner, however, you know, whatever. Ooh, we also have sugarcane. Now, one thing that I did learn in some experimentation not on this recording is that I can make bandages using 3 paper and 4 clay. Since we have our clay situation not really lock and key, but at least manageable, it should be an easy enough thing to do to just craft all of the bandages that we are going to need. I think they heal 2 hearts in total. They take a moderate amount of time to make, but it's something. We could also make healing salves, however healing salves, they don't really give much. So it'd be more of a pain in the butt to craft those. Okay, hi. You seem to be a fish out of water, which is not... Hey! 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 Can you die? You're not dying. You are out of the water, and you're not dying. Dang it! I guess it was a glitch. There must have been... must have had the incorrect amount of air or something like that. So we're going to need string in order to make wool. So flax. Excuse me while I drink water unsurreptitiously. So we're going to need to get a few flax plants. I don't think I saw any nearby as I run into some. Good. Good job. Let's not pick stuff up with the... we lost string. Great. So we'll need to get some more flax plants. We'll also need to get either 2 more leather or 2 more rotten flesh because we can make that drying rack, which doesn't take much time at all. And we're going to need to get our sandy. So we got our turret. That's good. We're going to need some more redstone for the chopper because that's something I'm going to want so that I can actually automate my wood production. However, that is going to require a bit more to be manageable. To be manageable, I need to get some redstone for those upgrades as well as a whole lot of logs. So I'm going to have to log that later. Dirt. We'll use dirt as our pillaring choice, and I seem to go a lot right now in this recording. I'm not entirely sure why that is, honestly. Probably just how I roll right now. Okay, we got 5 string. That is good. We'll just... 6 string, I think. Yep, there we go. That is a number that we have. And you are not a nice individual. Can you die? Okay, you have a weird head. But I'm not going to judge. Okay, so we got all the leather that we're going to need. But we are still going to need to get 10 more string. And that seems to be a building right there that I am going to want to loot. I'll pick that up on the way back. Oh, we also have a bunch of red flowers. That's good. So I can get those later. And that will allow me easier access to redstone ore. Meaning that I can get those red orchids a lot better. So what is this structure? Seems to be glowstone in here. There's no pressure plates or anything like that down there. So not entirely sure what the purpose of that structure is. Maybe just to mess with me. I don't know. Okay, katana. I don't know if this has longer reach. It might do. We got some gold. We got some flippers. I didn't even notice I didn't have any armor on. That might have been... Ooh, blocks of coal. 4 whole blocks of coal here. That is a godsend. That is actually amazing. I am surprised. Moving onwards. So we're still going to need 3 more string, but once we have that, we're going to have our backpack. We're not going to be able to upgrade it right away, but we do have the ability to do that later onwards. And I'm still getting really freaking annoyed at the fact that this is not cutting the large swath of area that I'm used to. I'm going to have to look at the vein miner or the affiliate that it is and determine what I need to change in order to get those settings back. I might have to delete the configuration file and then bring it back. Are you nice people? Or are you just going for a swim? Oh, I forgot I had the flippers on. That kind of gave me a little shake. Not like that would ever happen in real life or anything. Because I am a nice, calm, composed individual without any possibility of freaking out at the slightest provocation. What I just said might have been a lie, but don't hold me to that. We are going to need some more string, though. We got the string. I think this is going to give all... Yes, okay, so we got all the stuff we need in order to make a backpack. And we also have that hiding behind that anthill, so let us go back and see what we have. We only had 2 shots from that, so that is good. Let us make that backpack now. We're not going to need that for obvious reasons, and let's just put a few of these things away. A lot of fuel, which is very helpful. We'll probably want to start sorting this later, but for now, let us get this going. Drying rack. I know I'm doing a bunch of this stuff out of order, out of the quest order rather, but considering that I am getting all this stuff sorted, I think it's better for me to have a safe base than for me to access the quests right away. Okay, now that we have the drying rack there, let's throw those in as well as these in. How long is this gonna take? I'm not sure. Uses of this can make charge power bars. Okay, I think those are for augmentations that I'm not going to have access to. That's actually not going to take too long, but let us... could have got more string. Only needed 3 string, and I didn't need to go out for more. Hooray! So we have a few options ahead of us. Obviously a bed would be helpful for putting my respawn place when I actually have, well, access to respawning. Not going to be, not really a priority right now. But I think once we get our backpack, we'll have most of the stuff that we need. Do I have any other quest lines? Don't have scrapping unlocked. That requires the wire cutter, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So let us make that in my inventory, please. So wire cutter get, that gives us scrapping, I believe. No, it doesn't. I think I might have to actually scrap something for that to happen. Gotta get a little scrappy here. So, base plan. What I'm thinking for a base is pretty simple. I'm going to go with the stilted design that I had before and surround the perimeter of the area with the disposable turrets. Now, apparently, this was mentioned in the comments again, that in order to improve these turrets, I need to get the turret base improved. So this increases the range, or at least I can use upgrades or add-ons in order... I'll draw your blood. That is very, very encouraging. Anyways, this can increase the range of the turrets, and I can use the disposable item turrets on them. It requires a bit more materials that I don't have access to. In fact, that's going to be a while away for me to be able to do. However, it is something that I will want to do in the near future once I have all my other situations sorted. One of the primary things I'm going to want to do is get all the fuel situated so that it should be an easy enough thing to just that was definitely what I wanted to do. Back to chopping lumber like a pro. I'm going to be a lumberjack once again. I know you guys are looking forward to that. Let's make a chest because... Did I already do that quest? I'm pretty sure I did that quest. Not gonna worry about that. Yes, I did do that quest. Okay. Not gonna worry about it, then proceeds to worry about it. Very good job. Climbing ropes. I don't think I have to craft that in order to make the climbing ropes. I think I just have to find that. So, managed to find a usage for the drying rack once... Well, finally. So, let's see if I remember the recipe. I think that is the wrong configuration. We'll just do that and that. I had it the right way. I managed to have it the right way and managed to give it all away. So there we go. It's now equipped. I can press my semicolon or the colon depending on if I'm shifting. We got that and we are able to work that out. That guy is coming and he's going to have a really bad time in a bit. Don't have a diamond axe in order to process those, so I'm not going to bother with that now. So what am I going to need? I'm going to need to get... I am being very confident and I probably shouldn't be. Hi, bye. I don't have like the multi-turrets. Okay, so I think I'm in a good position. I'm gonna probably want to get all these things sorted because it's gonna be a while before I have everything situated. I got fuel. I'm going to need to cook these. I think one of the main things I'm going to want to do is get a simple enough base. And let us look at what we need. In order to make a base, I think my base foundation, I think I'm going to go into it more, but what I'm going to want to do is make a foundation so things can't build from, or rather dig from underneath me, then have turrets that will defend the perimeter in order for me to continue on as I was. I think we're doing very well. This is a good seed, and I think we will have access to all the things that we need. We will need to have a few more points of interest for me to continue onwards, but I think this is good enough. Well, that's all the time for this episode. Wow, words. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Minecraft Invasion. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. I'm not going to be tackling that anytime soon. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day.